Hey everyone, Dr. Rowena Winkler here. Join me every week as I interview entrepreneurs, light workers and healers, and other all-around badass human beings on their revelation stories. Revelations with Rowena. Woo!
Hello, everyone. Dr. Rowena Winkler here, and that was the debut of a little something something. So I
Love
hope
it.
that y'all enjoyed it. Hi there. I am here today with Angelina Sun, who is going to be talking to us about redox signaling molecules. But before we get into that, I want to ask you, Angelina, what I ask every single person who comes on the show. Who are you? Where have you come from? And what's the story that brought you to the work that you're doing today?
Sure. Thank you for having me, Dr. Rowena. And hi, everybody who's watching. And my name is Angelina Sun. I live in San Francisco, California. And my family, we are from China originally. And we moved to the States 10 years ago. And my family story is a little bit dramatic. But yes, that also is a reason what led to what I'm doing right now, what led me to the health business. By trade, I'm still a freelance architect. And I'm doing a business in health and is working with Dr. Rowena just shared Redox signaling molecules technology and a product. And the company name is asunasea. Yes, that's a little bit about me. Should I elaborate, Dr. Rowena?
Oh, please. Yeah. I would love to know. You mentioned something dramatic with your family. And of course, I know a little bit of that story based on our initial conversation before this. But yeah, feel free to let folks know what do you mean by dramatic?
Yes. My journey to moving to the States, I guess I'm the one who is more emotionally ready, mentally ready, because my family's plan is always sending me to go study abroad for my higher education. So that's always a plan. But my parents were business owners back in China. And 10 years ago, before we moved, that was the 2008 and the economic crisis around that time. So unfortunately, my parents lost their business during that time. And then they basically had nothing to do in our own country. We wanted to stay together as a family. So the plan just drastically changed. We moved to the States all together because we wanted to, right? We have to start a new life. And we literally came here with almost just three suitcases. Compared to the original plan, I could just be a student and enjoy the new country, enjoy my study, and then my parents might join me anytime. I don't know, but so yeah, then we are facing a very different situation, and it's more of I would say trauma or shock for my parents. And we always been vegans for 13 years, so I guess we of course took care of our health, and then my parents had a blessing, they were very healthy. But because this big change, we found my dad started having depression, because that's literally his another baby, his business. I mean, all I remember was he's been putting every ounce of him, his energy and time, building that business from scratch. So it's very traumatic for him to lose the business. And he basically emotionally shut it down, being depressed, and didn't socialize, didn't really live a normal life, we would say. So that led to his dementia in a very early age. That was his 50s. And my mom started a small nail salon as a nail technician in a new country. I really respect her doing that because she didn't have the time to go learn English, to learn American business or whatever. She had to do that to support me through architecture school. And my mom paid our San Francisco rent. So, of course, she pretty much overworked her body. And several years in, my mom started also having some issues, like shoulder pain, brain fog, low energy, and she was really aging fast. And I had a skin challenge. I started having full face acne breakouts. I also didn't really have time to take care of myself. I had to work while being almost a full-time student, and the architecture school normally takes 5 years for full-time students, but I was never full-time. So I think it took me at least 6 years to complete
Mhm.
school while I had to work. So sleeping 3 to 5 hours maximum, that's
Mhm.
my normal life. And didn't really have much money. I was eating Oreo all the time. Anyhow, maybe that's what, of course, led to toxin and you have breakouts on your skin. That's what
Mhm.
happened to me. I went to clinical treatment for it for about a year. But I started searching out really was for my parents. I out of desperation, and I was really lucky to found the company I'm currently working with, my business, partnering with ASEA because their technology was featured on Huffington's Post and the Forbes magazine. I
Mm.
remember Huffington's Post said these are 5 emerging technologies that will shape human beings' future. And I actually do meditation, and
Mhm.
we follow a spiritual master. Uh, I most of the time really trust my gut feeling.
Mhm.
So I don't know why. I don't even have a science background. I don't understand what is redox signaling molecules. Didn't mean a thing to me. It
Mhm.
felt right, and I look it up a little bit. I was really caught by the idea. I'm always a firm believer of our body's amazing self-healing power if you're just giving it the right tool. And the concept of a CS product, it's not another product or any new invention. It's considered as a bio replenishment. And we're not just talking about the products here, of course, because um, one thing I realize is we are redox programs as human body. Those redox already exist in every cell of our body. They are called signaling molecules because they are the cellular messengers. They guarantee the cellular communication. Um, and only when your cells are talking to each other, your whole body is communicating. That's how things supposed to be running properly. We
Mm.
ended up needing them later on in life is because we started naturally losing those molecules around puberty, 1% every year. So that's a natural cellular breaking down process or aging process.
Mhm.
And we do this even faster these days with the environmental toxicity, with the um, oxidative stress we experience
Mhm.
in life. So we lose them even faster. Then what happens is people aging faster, and you get sick more easily
Mm.
because all those, if we look at them on the cellular level, they're pretty much all damaged cells. And redox molecules, their natural function is they detect and find the damaged cells in our body, either
Mm.
repair them or tell them to kill themselves off if they're too badly damaged. And the reason why I give this description is because for me, that's it. I thought I say, yeah, I always think people are just these days we're putting crazy stuff in our
Mhm. Mhm.
uh, it's really nothing's more powerful than we take care of our own body, our system to be healthy, your immune system, and the I guess the macro or the basic building blocks for our life are our cells. So
Mhm.
you have to guarantee your cellular health, cellular communication, and healthy cells are healthy body. Anyhow, that's it's like a big explosion in my mind. I was just like, wow, it's actually pretty cool sounds. And we basically took a little phase. And yes, we stay on the products just as users for at least
Mhm.
3 years.
Mhm.
Because I graduated, became a freelance architect. Meanwhile, we were regaining our health back. And
Mhm.
gonna make a disclaimer here. I see redox is not treating or cure any disease. It's generally just empowering your body to
Mm.
heal itself. So yes, my parents, because the help of those redox molecules for their cells, and my dad's cognitive issue was reversed. His body
Mm.
is able to heal now. And a lot of senior or aging people, they might have joint issue, those discomforts. My dad had that in his knees for decades, and it's not there anymore. is in great state. My mom too, great energy level and looking younger. And it cleared my face after 3 months. So I stopped going to the treatment, right?
Mhm.
Very expensive treatment, and I had to get products from them for my skin. But now I guess the problem is solved. And yes, and my business journey started when the lockdown hit
Mm.
because this is so aligned with what I believe in health.
Mhm.
And we probably didn't appreciate a lot of familiarity. We didn't appreciate what we had when we had our health
Mhm.
until when my family were losing it. I realized, oh my God, health is actually the foundational need or the basic thing for everything. Only when we have health, we can talk about business, dreams, relationships, adventures. And I realized it is really an important message or gift that I want to share with other families, like how my family found it and being helped by it. So that's now a little,
Yeah.
that's about me.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing all of that. First of all, I mean, truly a full family affair, just from start to finish. The fact that, there was this unexpected change in terms of coming to San Francisco, and not just you going to school, but your parents as well, and how this big change and transition affected all of you in various ways, whether that was, with the depression or the skin issues or the stress and anxiety of having to work without knowing the language. So just first of all, just want to commend all of you for your perseverance and for myself, my parents came here from the Philippines, so that immigrant life is not easy. So I think it's just beautiful to see how you've come the other side, not just in terms of finding your footing here in the United States, but also in terms of finding this technology and these products to help you regenerate. It's so fascinating how you mentioned the deterioration of it as we grow older. Is this why my 2.5-year-old just bounces back so quickly?
Um, Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I always tell people, hey, you want to how they when they had trouble understanding how it works and why or whatever. I say, yeah, think about your 5 years old. They had tons of energy. They can jump around the whole day, or even 2 years old. They might not be jumping yet, but they can heal themselves if they
Yeah.
hit themselves and then heal the next day. And those little children, they never wake up the next day, even they jump around the whole day, never wake up the second day saying, mom, I have a sore muscle or a sore back. Is because that's the idea. When you have enough redox molecules in our
Mm,
body, that's when this program, your body was functioning at optimal level.
yeah, yeah.
So it's truly just adding back this critical element back into our own body. Then your body just started functioning very efficiently or most
Mhm,
optimally, like when we were younger. That's just
mhm.
the idea. So I love it. It's not any new invention, and it's truly, I would say, just nothing knows better than your own body. Yeah.
Oh, and I love what you mentioned about, without your health, you can't do any of the other things that you want to accomplish in your life, whether that is a business or being there for your children or, traveling and adventure. It all goes down to you being physically well enough to do it. So that's super powerful. You mentioned the different products. What does that include, or what did you personally use and your family use to have you turn around in terms of your story?
Yes, and to the flagship product. So to, I guess, understand it better, I
Mm.
always make that analogy. If we look into our health as a big house,
Mhm.
then redox molecules, which is the flagship product, the redox product, they are the labors to build this house. And
Hmm.
of course, we still need the building materials. Our cells need nutrition to be empowered, or maybe depends on your own body's need. You need nutritions, right?
Hmm.
Maybe other supplement you're
Hmm.
taking. They are the building materials in this picture. But a lot of people, I guess, before this technology or those redox molecules being stabilized outside the human body, it's a natural process. We were losing them, and a lot of people before we had the means to stabilize it, then we can exercise more, that creates more redox in your body. That's why people working out, they will look younger, feel more energy, and
Hmm.
healthier. But except that, we really didn't have a means to really replenish them back,
Hmm.
um, except generating more in your body, and some body just not able to do that. So um, where I was talking about. So yes, a lot of people will say, "Oh, how come I take supplements? Maybe you're taking medicine, or I do all the right things I thought for my body. Why
Hmm.
I still don't feel that great or get sick, or why they don't work as well?" It's because without those labors, the building materials not being properly absorbed or utilized, or
Hmm.
maybe being sent to the wrong places.
Hmm.
That's just what's going to happen when the communication network is not communicating smoothly. So, yes, then I always say it's a perfect combination, whether you just adding redox as the messenger, because that's a critical piece. That's why my family has been on it for more than 5 years. I started when I was in my 20s and never stopped. And we still do the vegan diet. And of course, it's another topic, but I always tell people don't just look at health with just one layer. There are so many different things. It's a complete holistic, your healthy lifestyle will
Yeah.
be what defines your health, not just one product or, oh, I eat vegan or I exercise.
Hmm.
We do everything, whatever, just love your body, prioritize our health. So the products, we have the labors, redox molecules, and there's a liquid version, it's a drink. And
Hmm.
people, that's redox molecules suspended in a saline solution. When people drink it, then those molecules basically, ooh, your cells recognize it right away and say, "Oh my God, you're redox, come and work with us." And it's your body basically kind of like you're restoring your cell phone bar communication back from 0 or 1 to full bar. And then you started talking, everybody started hearing each other, and you will be sent to where it's needed the most. So your body started really doing the complete healing process, healing work. So that's what's going on with the drink. And there's another patent, which is a topical version. Redox molecules stabilize in the gel form.
Hmm.
And those topicals be used on anything externally. That's what healed my skin. And it's
Hmm.
more targeted. It could be, to be honest, one only thing in your medicine cabinet, if we will. Some people, my friends said that, and because it, works on bug bite, wound, any skin issues,
Hmm.
um, and discomfort, because these are all damaged cells in redox molecules eyes. So don't just think, oh, it's a cure-all magical thing. Um,
Hmm.
it just, they're all damaged cells in redox molecules eyes. So they won't go inside our body, say, your eye cell, we don't work with you. It goes to where it's needed the most. That's what's amazing
Hmm.
about it. But for the topical version, depends on people's need. It's great for any discomfort. If you have a skin issue, that works perfectly. It's more targeted, and you can apply it wherever you want, basically. So it started healing, doing the work um, from outside in first, and then the
Hmm.
liquid is inside out. So that's the redox products. And for the building materials, and also I'm excited about, it's such a great area of science, and I won't go too much into the science to not losing people here. But redox signaling is such a great area and a thriving area of science, and
Hmm.
it's so new. Redox signaling molecules is the end product for the redox signaling reaction in our body. And redox signaling reaction literally is a chemical reaction basically generated. It's on the day-to-day basis. Whatever you do, to do certain actions, the redox signaling reaction will be happening inside our cells. And don't ask me any more about that because I'm not a scientist. Um, but yes, we have also a cell performance line, and the idea is they are packet powders. So you can mix them in water, you can mix them in smoothie. They taste great, they're fruity, and they are made from great nutritious ingredients, because adding those ingredients nutritions into your body will generate or enhance this specific redox signaling reaction to give your specific pickup in certain areas that you wish to target, you wish to achieve. That's why the cell performance line, there's a mind, there's an energy, and there's a mood. If you need
Hmm.
a specific pickup for these three different areas, you can also get a combination. So you take whatever you need. That's also what my family take on a daily basis, because I look at the ingredients. I say, okay, if anything, if nothing else, my cells need those nutritions to be empowered throughout the day. So I would take them. I love it, and then they just give me entire day's energy or focus, bring power, or if I need calmness, for the mood part. And of course, it's mood enhancer for people if you're feeling really down or even depressed.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you also better sleep. So it depends on what you need. That's the building materials. I'm supplementing my body. And there's also another nutritional. There are nutritional capsules, and they will also be considered as building materials. And also, there's a skincare set for the ladies on the top of the gel version, and the products or the other things, for example, like the nutritional line and also the skincare, because there's a redox there, and the redox molecules are just very reactive in nature.
Mm-hmm.
So as other products basically designed to work perfectly with redox molecules. So the ingredients are very benign and clean and really, really being curated to achieve that effect, to not affect redox molecules, but work with it. So yes, and that's why I trust or just personally received the results myself from the skincare
Mm-hmm.
and the nutrition. So me and my mom, we use the same set of skincare, like how in the world, because my mom is reaching her 60s and I'm turning 30. But again, in redox molecules eyes, my mom's wrinkle or maybe dark spot, if she has any, they are damaged skin cells. And if I have, for example, oily or before that was acne and my pigmentation or scar, these are all damaged cells.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a little bit hard to wrap our mind around it because it certainly took me a while. But as a consumer, all I cared was if it's helping my family's health.
Mm-hmm.
If it's toxic, then if it's not, it's completely non-toxic.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm on it. Yes. Only when I started doing the business, of course. Now, of course, I need to be an expert on those things to be able to educate other people or answer questions.
Sure. Well, despite you saying that you're not a scientist, I thought you did a really great job of explaining things. I
Thank
love
you.
the analogy with the house and the builders and everything of that nature. So thank you for sharing it in a way that is accessible and understandable,
Thank you.
and for sharing your personal story about how these products have served you and your family. You mentioned that you shifted from being just purely a consumer to being a business owner. And I know you said that the pandemic, that COVID 2020 was a part of that piece, but I'm
Mhm.
curious, I would love to know, you know, sure there was COVID, but also what about these products have have motivated you to not only take them for yourselves, but to become an expert in it so that you can help other people? What moved
Mhm.
you to do that?
Yeah, thank you for asking that. And definitely, first of all, I've been looking for a way to retire my mom faster. And you are also an entrepreneur, Dr. Rowena, and to all the entrepreneurs will speak to that is entrepreneurship could be hard initially, but the most important thing is we are seeing the end results, which is not getting your contracted pay or hourly pay, and we are looking for that more freedom moving forward in the future, and also we want to build something for ourselves. So for me, yes, of course, I could keep doing being freelancer, and yes, I save money or whatever. But if I can find an opportunity that I'm paid based on my performance, I'm on. And also, so I have this side from my parents. I guess I'm familiar with entrepreneurship. So actually, that's
Mhm.
also everything is double-sided sword because I understand it, but I saw how my parents build a business, and I was like, oh my God, it's so hard. So that's still kind of my limiting belief in my mind that I'm
Right.
trying to, get rid of.
Mhm.
But also that serves me because I know I can do it, or I know I guess I have the work ethic, and when there's a great platform or great product, great opportunity, then it's achievable. It's not
Mhm.
somebody, even though I think it's hard, but maybe if people never witness it or just think, oh, they probably work all the time, whatever people's thinking, or limiting them to look at the opportunity where they can work for themselves. So that helped me to see the possibility. And
Mhm.
also because what my parents been through, maybe that's why I'm so open to e-commerce, to online business, right? Because
Yeah.
with the risk and
Yeah.
um, whatever, you have a physical store
Mhm.
company, you add a lot of risk in this process.
Mhm.
Then this showed up after we were receiving the results, and of course there's a natural passion for health there for me, for myself.
Mhm.
I shared when I realized how important health it is in the whole picture. Um, all of this all together, and I'm just more open at that time for starting things like this. And I guess I personally, the face, just people probably listening to me and say, "Oh, it sounds all great," but it's never gonna be like they tasting an apple themselves. They're just talking, listening to me talk about, oh, how great this apple is. But for me, because I experienced the results myself, so
Mm.
I have this passion or belief that I just really want to share. Oh my God, this is so great. This can really help so and so, maybe in your family,
Yeah.
and because this is what happened to us. So the passion is there, and of course, the important piece for the actual product and the company platform business model itself also completed another picture. Because yes, I didn't fully appreciate science in the beginning because I'm
Mm.
not really a doctor or scientist, but
Yeah.
yes, when I listen to all those doctors' webinar, the health professionals, because the majority of the people working with this company, I guess because of technology, are health professionals. They
Mhm.
do great educational webinar. That's where I learned, okay, I'm losing them since puberty, and then I might just get on it. Number one. Number two is, oh, okay, if this is the foundation for cellular communication, so even if people are doing other great things, taking the right nutritional products, taking care of their body sleep, this is a natural cellular breaking down process. Then we're just losing those redox molecules
Mhm.
naturally. Then this
Mhm.
is not something nice to have. It is actually foundational. And I always, again, going back to what I really believe is that, hey, we can add a lot of great things, doing the great things to our body, but why don't we take care of our own body first? It has amazing self-healing power, and the basic building block for our life, for
Mhm.
our body, are our cells. If we
Mhm.
have a means to really take care of that part, make it solid, then your healthy cells are your healthy body,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So I realize it's important enough message to share with people. So everything just seems like
Yeah. It just came
so
together.
perfect.
Yeah.
It seems so perfect. And ASEA's people, that's very, very important. Um, you can probably tell why I've always been a freelancer, because of course I can work with a team, I guess. But it will be a lot of complication when you actually need to deal with people on day-to-day basis, or
Mhm.
there are always people get along with you or don't get along with you. And of course we can say, hey, it's our emotional intelligence, whatever you call it, but
Sure.
it's a natural factor in our day-to-day job or business. Those interaction with people, the people you're working with, the vibe will really affect our well-being and
Mhm.
affect your experience, the job
Mhm.
or building the
Mhm.
business. So I want to choose the people I want to work with, and because I've talked with people in ASEA, while I share with some of my friends while I was still a user, I didn't understand the science. I need help with my friends, those doctors in already familiar with the CS, could answer questions, science,
Mhm.
and they gave me this feeling. I can really say I've met the best people from a SIA company, the people working with SIA,
Mhm.
and the 10 years being here, and I want to be with these people. And I guess because of also the nature of the product, most of them really, really cares about just helping people or sharing the message. We are not really financially related, but they will be willing to offer the help.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's very important for me to make the decision. And yes, all of this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's
Maybe
beautiful. I,
that's
I mean, and to go back to your point about being able to witness your parents' entrepreneurship and seeing, the pros and cons, I think that's really beautiful because I know for a lot of us, myself included, you think entrepreneurship like, oh, it's so exciting, but it's really hard, right? It's a lot of work. It's really hard to build your business. So I think going into it, having that awareness and observing what your parents went through and built, but then as you mentioned, the e-commerce side of it, so it just opens so many doors and opportunities. And
absolutely.
finding a company and organization that you align with and feel supported by, I think is all really important. So that's
Yeah.
really beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So where can folks find you, or how can they want to know more about redox signaling molecules and want to know more about the house and the products and everything that you provide?
Mhm.
Where can folks find you and connect with you to get more information?
Yes, absolutely. And I believe we can also put those information in the description.
Yes, we will.
And people could find my website. It's ANQI, that's my Chinese name, Apple, Nancy, question, inquiry, ANQI, Anqi, dot myasialive.com. That's MYASEALIVE.com, and we can put this information in the description.
Yeah.
And also, people can find my email. You can email me directly. I am the consultant for people if they need to see any testimonials, scientific things, whatever information. I will be the guide. And my email is ASUN, so that's A and my last name Sun, ASEA, ASEA at gmail.com.
Beautiful. I was trying to see if I could get I'll have maybe I'll try it next time. I think there was a way I could have had your website go scroll across the screen, but we're taking it a day at a time here. But you're absolutely right. Your information, the website that you mentioned, as well as your email, will be in the show notes. Folks, I highly recommend reaching out to Angelina. She, as you saw, has a wealth of knowledge, a lot of personal experience with the products, and on a mission to help people. I feel, Angelina, that your message with the body and how our bodies know what's best for us and how to heal itself from the inside out. And it kind of, it's analogous to the work that I do as a coach, because you know, I work with a lot of perfectionists, folks that feel
Mhm.
like they have to look outside to feel valued or worthy. And it's the same message. You have what's inside. You have everything that you need to be healthy, to be happy, to be successful, and to live your best life. So
I
I know
love it.
I know we've chatted about before.
Absolutely.
Like we're both, you know, we're both part of that holistic puzzle, right? That
Yes.
mindset, the limiting beliefs, and all of that's
Oh,
there.
yes.
Yeah. And then the
Yes,
physical
yes.
too.
I also always try to, make my brand or my message to the world is, hey, look at the whole picture. It's never just your physical health. It's all interrelated. We should also take care of our mental health, your spiritual health, and our mindset. That's very, very important. We have whatever we need inside of us, and we just need to believe ourselves. And that's literally the most important relationship in the world for us is your relationship with yourself, how you are talking to yourself, um, how do you see yourself, your self image. That's very, very critical, and I see that as part of the mindset or your mental health, your mental resilience. That's very important. And related to health, when you believe you deserve to be healthy and our body are just designed to be healthy, we deserve a happy, healthy life to live optimally. When you have that belief, everything else will be just easier. But
Yes.
when people don't have that belief, oh my God, and your cells listen to your mind. It'd be like,
Yeah.
oh my God, we can be well, we can be well, and then you just
Right,
it's
right.
harder for you.
Well, you mentioned that you started trying the products because you had that intuition, that gut instinct. So I firmly believe that as well, that, you know, we get in our own way sometimes, right? And that we
Yes.
know we have that intuition. We know what we need for ourselves. And so I just
Yeah.
want to thank you again
Thank
for
you.
being here today and sharing your story and sharing the wealth of products and learning some, you know, science, biology, but in an accessible way for us to understand.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Rowena. Thank you for your amazing questions and this great platform. And yes, I look forward for the collaboration. And thank you, everyone, for listening.
Yes, yes, yes. So I will be sure to add Angelina's information to the show notes, as I mentioned. Next week, we'll do a solo episode, just me, Dr. Rowena. I'm going to be talking about some updates coming up as we move into the fall and to the end of 2022. How is that possible? This is it blows my mind that we're in Q4 already, but here we are. So we'll be back here again, same time, same place. Take care of yourselves holistically with your mind, body, and spirit. And we will talk to you again next time. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.